So my shop's in the game. This is a feature that allows people to pretty much buy items from your shop for gems or diamonds, and you can use this as well to list your own items for gems or diamonds, and other people could shop in them and buy the items as well. And it's a pretty good trade-off. I do remember when these came out the first time, way back in 2019, people were kind of shaking up a bit because they didn't know how it was going to conflict with the rarity system in the game. But, you know, these years later, it seems like it's stable, or as stable as Animaljam's economy can get, I guess. And that's not even accounting for the irreparable damage it's done to Jamal Township. But the biggest complaint about this item was the fact that non-members could not interact with it at all. So if you try to buy it in the diamond shop right now, it's a member-only feature. And if you try to go to somebody else's den with a item in it and you try to buy it, that's also blocked by non-members. Even if the item is non-member and you're also non-member and you have enough for it, it's still a members-only feature, which is even crazier to think that there is a non-member that has a My Shop in their den and they're able to use it fully and it's functional. You already know what this is about. Light pink address giveaway. You can enter in the comments, more in the description. Let's just get into the video now, okay? So I got a DM last night on Instagram from a person named Lamb. They pretty much told me this person here on screen, Singer911, was able to have a bunch of member items in their den, including a My Shop, and able to use member-only features. They called him a hacker or her a hacker. I don't know if they're a hacker exactly. They didn't provide evidence for that or anything, but if they're assuming they're a hacker because of them being able to use a My Shop or member-only items in their den, that's definitely not the case, and I do have the explanation on why they're even able to use a My Shop in their den. So if we go to their den here, you will see the triple My Shop setup they have in their den. This is a non-member's den, by the way. I'm in their den, and you can even visit this den for yourself after this video goes up. But it isn't even just that. They have a bunch of member items in their den here. See, like the Red Claw machine, the Phantom Rug, the Heavy Phantom statue, Art Easel, Snow Machine, the Hot Cocoa machine, the Epic Seasonal Tree. Only if these clouds are the member versions or not, but even this Phantom plushie here. And this Phantom plushie here too. These are all member-only items, and there's probably tons of other member-only items that I kind of glossed over here, but this person has a non-member den with member items in it, and within those member items in the den is the My Shop, and these My Shops actually function normally, as if you were a member in a member's den with My Shops in them. Now, I'm on a non-member account here, so if I try to buy it, it's going to give me the member pop-up, but you can actually buy these items like normal, and the person presumably will get the currency in return and get the pop-up that says, you know, you sold this item for so and so the next time they log in. And from what I know, they're able to relist items in here as well and change other things as well. So kind of like to what that person's DM said, they are able to access a member feature despite being a non-member. Now, there is a good reason why this happened. It's a glitch on the game that is very, very circumstantial. And if you guys have been fans of the channel for a while, you know I love talking about glitches. Whether it be animals, dens, items, you name it. It's a little bit of a special interest of mine, if you will. You can't tell already by this glitch spring bunny. However, this isn't the first time I've seen a non-member with a My Shop in their den, actually. I saw it initially way back in November, I believe. I got a DM. I think it was on Discord or something. Somebody DM'd me saying their friend turned non-member, but they still had a My Shop in their den and was able to use it still. And I was going to make a video on it back then, but unfortunately I waited one day too long and they ended up getting membership again, so the whole novelty of the video was kind of out the window. So thank God this actually happened to somebody else as well. Now I'm gonna explain how this glitch even happened in the first place to Singer911 and how you could theoretically replicate this glitch for yourself and hopefully having a My Shop in your den when you turn non-member. So to explain this video, I'm gonna revisit a video I made way back in also November, I believe. It was called the Rares Dens in Animaljam, and in this video I talked about dens I consider to be quite rare, whether it be because they had actual rares in them or like Singer's den there, dens full of member items that usually you shouldn't be able to have in your den if you're a non-member. And while in some examples in that video I shared a den from the beta days where these items were presumably previously non-member when there wasn't a member functionality in the game at all and turned member, so they just stayed in the den, just essentially a beta player's den. There was also the case of certain accounts having member items in their den despite them not even being a beta player, and because of other very circumstantial things happening in the game, pretty much. It's the best way to explain it. So I'm going to break it down here. So the first thing is that Animaljam has made 2 member dens that have previously turned non-member at a later point. So the first example of this happening was with the Haunted Manor, I believe in 2020 2022, the small version of the Haunted Manor was returned to the Diamond Shop in that year as a non-member den, despite it previously being members only when it was initially released all the way back in probably like 2011 or 2012. And this means if you did previously own a Haunted Manor den in those previous years, it also became non-member. So when you turned non-member, you were still able to use that den. Pretty much a new den for non-members, no matter what. And the same thing happened again last year with the Gingerbread House den, the small version of the Gingerbread House den. And the same story goes, if you previously had it in the previous years, it became non-member as well as being in the Diamond Shop, available for non-members to buy as well. Now the thing is, these dens were previously member, meaning if you were non-member at the time of them turning non-member as well, and you had member den items in that den, you would pretty much be able to switch to a den that had member items in it still. And that's the case with Singer 911 here. They had membership previously, they had this den as a member, put all these items in this den as a member, and when they turned non-member, presumably before this den was made non-member, items stayed inside of it when it was still member. And when Animal Jam made this den non-member, all of these items stayed in it. And that's because Animal Jam, they actually make it so that, or all these dens here that I have that are member only, all of these retain their member items in them for the next time I get membership, so they don't clear. However, in the case of these all these non-member dens, if I had any member items in them and I lost membership, they would pretty much get cleared. I bought this Gingerbread House after the fact it turned non-member, so it doesn't really matter here, but it is a very circumstantial glitch. So to lay it out once again, you need to have bought a Haunted Manor or Gingerbread House while it was member only. You needed to be a member whilst that was happening. You needed to buy a My Shop and place them in either of the dens. Then you needed to lose membership, and then you needed to also lose membership before Animal Jam turned either of these dens non-member. So it's a very circumstantial thing that rarely ever happens, and just so how happened to Singer 911 and also the other person that I discussed previously. I don't remember that person's name, but the other person ended up getting membership again, as I said. So if Singer 911 ended up actually getting membership again and they lose membership, this den would be cleared and they wouldn't actually be able to have this den with My Shops in them anymore, because this is now treated as a non-member den. Hopefully I explained that well. It's my third time trying to record this segment of the video because of how complex it is, I guess. But it is a very rare thing to happen in the game, and you know, if you're an old player returning to the game recently and you're still a non-member, you didn't buy membership, and you had either the small Haunted Manor or the small Gingerbread House, definitely check if you have any of member items in your den, because you might have quite a rare occurrence happen to you on the game as well. And theoretically, this could happen again in the future if Animal Jam decides they want to make some of these member Diamond Shop dens as non-member as well. I'm kind of doubtful they will, but you never know, it could happen. So, you know, moral of the story is place a My Shop in every single one of your dens. Make sure to buy every single den, and the next time you turn non-member, just hope and pray Animal Jam turns a member den into non-member again. And then you can be the next Singer 911, where you can have a My Shop in your non-member den. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But I mean, this is just kind of fascinating as a whole to me because, well, I love glitches on the game. I already explained that much, but the fact that this actually works functionally, like works while you're a non-member as well, just goes to show that Animal Jam didn't put any like preventative measures in order here, because they probably didn't expect this to happen, first of all. But second of all, it just kind of shows that like they could just make this a non-member thing, and like I don't think it would be too big of a deal. I don't know. I think they should have made it so like non-members could at least buy non-member items. I think that's like pretty reasonable. Maybe they could make like a non-member My Shop and you can only list like maybe 4 items instead of like the full 2-3 pages you usually can, or whatever. I don't know. Some food for thought. We'll save that for another video though, because I do want to make another kind of video talking about features I'd want in the game, or that Animal Jam theoretically could do even with their limited resources. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up here. I thought this would be a fun video to talk about, a fun little instance, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. There will be a new members only video out tomorrow after this video, so members, keep your eyes peeled, and if you're interested in joining as a member, make sure to hit the join button. And a big thank you to the members as always. All your names on screen. Thank you all for supporting me. It does mean a whole lot. If you're interested in joining as well, support the channel. You do get some things in return, like bonus videos, highlighted comments, emojis, all that kind of stuff, so I appreciate the support regardless. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here. I always love making videos about certain glitches and items glitching as well, so if you guys want to see more videos like that, I do have a few ideas, so do let me know. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys later.